What's going on, you guys? I hope you're all having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you may be watching this video. There's a bunch of different things that I wanted to go ahead and do to my 86 today. Now, you may have noticed this little package that I got right here from Suma Performance. I'm gonna go ahead and get this box opened up here in a minute, but if you watched the recent videos that I posted with my car, you may have seen that I recently paint matched the side skirts and front splitter that I have, and I wanted to do something similar today with the rear splitters that I have on the car also. I think if we ended up paint matching these, it would complete the overall look of the car. And right now, these kind of just look a little bland with them being in black and everything else being blue now. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this box right here and I'll show you guys what's inside. If you've never heard of Suma Performance before, they're a brand that makes a bunch of parts for different types of vehicles. Right here inside this package, we'll get it opened up and you'll see we have their anti-glare wide angle mirrors. They sell these in a few different options. You can get them with the wiring for the turn signal functions and the heated and defrosted mirrors. Now, unfortunately, with a base model GR86, they don't have the turn signal functions integrated into the mirrors, and some of them don't even have the defrosters either. But I would still, however, love to make these functions work on my car. So in the future, I'm thinking about grabbing some extension wire to route the wiring that they can include with the kit from the mirrors to possibly either my headlights or my taillights. That way I can use the turn signal functions on them. So enough talk, I'm gonna go ahead and get these taken out of the package and I'll show you how they look. So what I'm thinking about doing first is getting one of them thrown onto the car. That way I can showcase to you guys how to install them. And then afterwards, I'll go ahead and compare that to what the factory mirror looks like. That way you can get an idea of how much of a difference it makes. As you can see on the mirrors that I have on my car, there's a little defroster emblem on the bottom side of them. However, like I said, I do have a base model, so I'm not even sure whether or not the car has the wiring to make that actually work. But once we get the mirrors popped off, if they have any sort of wiring on the back of them, kind of like how these do, then we should be able to use those features. And if not, like I said, I'm gonna have to do something with grabbing some sort of extension wire to be able to go from the mirrors to the headlights or the taillights to make those functions work. To get the factory mirrors taken off, you're gonna go ahead and grab a trim tool and go to the back side of the mirror itself and go all around in the different corners until it pops off. One suggestion I could give you guys is you can come into the inside of the car, and on the driver's side, you can adjust how the mirror sits. That way you can fit a little, trim tool on the back side of them and get them popped off. Oh my gosh. God, bro. Well, we got the mirror out, but sacrifice some things at the same time. That is not good. At least we don't need these mirrors anymore. There's gonna be a plug on the back side of them. You're gonna go ahead and just get that disconnected. We can now grab these Suma Performance wide angle mirrors and get them attached, kind of like how they were before with the factory ones. We'll grab this plug right here and get this kind of snapped into place, kind of like so. Like I was saying, we're probably gonna wait to do the turn signals another day, so I'll go ahead and just get these tucked back, and then we should be able to get the mirror put back into place now. I'm gonna use a little bit of this glass cleaner now just to get all the fingerprints that I just put on them off. Now that they're all fully cleaned off, we can get them put back to the side. And look at that, you guys. That looks so much better. And I'm really excited to see how much of a difference it makes compared to the factory mirror. Now, you may have seen the video that I made about a year or so ago when I took my 86 up to Jacksonville to hang out with Brandon, otherwise known as B11, and all the Risen crew. I got the opportunity to drive his BRZ, and he actually had the Suma Performance anti-glare and wide-angle mirrors on his car. Oh, shit! Oh my God, bro! Holy
Yeah, these are the Suma Performance.
Okay. I was able to notice instantly how much of a difference they make, so I'm really happy that I'm able to get these on my car now as well. So let's go ahead and do the same thing on the passenger side, and I'll show you guys how it looks. So here's how the OEM mirrors look on the passenger side, and now I'm gonna go ahead and replace them with the Suma Performance ones. Oh. As you guys can see, they're a lot wider and should help be able to make it a lot easier for you to be able to see out of this car. If you own one of these cars, you would know how absolutely terrible the blind spots are. And it can be extremely difficult, especially at night, trying to see out of this car. So I'm really excited to test out and see how well these new mirrors look, especially when I'm driving around. I'm gonna go ahead and get the garage opened up now, and I'll show you guys how they look. Up, I figured I would show you guys how they look outside in the sun. I'm honestly really happy with the way that these turned out, and they look so good as well. They should make it a lot better and safer for whenever I'm out driving in the car. It may be hard for you guys to see this, but when the sun hits the mirrors, you can see the little integrated little turn signals that are inside of them. I really want to get those working at some point, but like I said, I'm gonna have to get some extension wire to route to either the taillights or the headlights, because the base model GR86 doesn't have the wiring inside the OEM mirrors. Now that we're done installing the new Suma Performance mirrors, another thing that I wanted to do, like I said, was take off these rear splitters, so that way we can paint match them. It should be relatively simple. I'm pretty sure I just used a few bolts to get these mounted up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these taken off the car, that way we can get them sanded down and ready for paint. A lot of you honestly told me that you really did not like the way that these little splitter extensions look when I installed them onto my car. I personally think they look pretty good, especially when they're paired with the front splitter side skirts and everything, because that way it just flows really nicely. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab these now, get them all cleaned off because they're extremely dirty, and then we'll go ahead and get them sanded down and ready for paint. Now that they've been fully cleaned off, I'm gonna go ahead and use this 400 grit sandpaper to get them sanded down. So I brought everything over to the grass right here, that way I can go ahead and start painting it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a few coats of primer, and then we'll do the actual color itself, and then maybe 1 or 2 things of clear coat as well. That should be pretty good for a first coat. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, then we'll come back out here and do one more. It's time for coat number 2. We used up pretty much all of the paint on that one, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry for around 15 minutes and then come back out here and do the first coat of paint. That should be pretty good for a first coat. Like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and let this dry, and then we'll come back out here and do a second one. I've been letting these dry for around 5 or so minutes so far, but if you guys look up in the sky, it looks like it's going to absolutely downpour. So I'm hoping these dry pretty quickly, just so we can hurry up and get finished with them and get them thrown back onto the car before it starts raining. Now that we got that second coat of paint on there, I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and then we'll hit it with 1 or 2 things of clear coat, and then we should be fully good. They honestly turned out really nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for these to get done drying, and we can get them thrown back onto the car. Alright guys, so I pretty much got everything fully wrapped up and finished. As you can tell though, it's getting pretty dark out, so I'm gonna go ahead and just wait till tomorrow for me to fully show you guys how everything looks. But I just wanted to come on here and just kind of give you guys a quick sneak peek. I'm gonna go ahead and get the 86 pulled back into the garage, and I'll pick the video up tomorrow. What's going on, you guys? It's the next day. I wanted to go ahead and take the car out to a location where I can go ahead and grab some photos and videos to showcase to you how the new mirrors and how the paint matched little rear splitters look. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get the car started up and we'll head out. These mirrors are crazy. I can see everything. Oh my gosh. Look at how much I can see. This is crazy, bro. They honestly look so good too. I really like the way that the blue tint looks. I'm sure you know if you have a lowered car that the headlights from the cars behind you can be blinding, especially in your rear view mirrors and your side view mirrors. So I'm really interested to see how the anti-glare functions of these mirrors look. Same thing goes for the other side as well. Like, the visibility now with these mirrors is so much better, 100%. Oh my gosh, bro. That's way too loud. I gotta relax. I just can't get over how much I can see out of these mirrors, bro. This is actually crazy. I didn't think, honestly, they were gonna make that much of a difference, but you can literally see everything now. All right, so I just put up to the spot now where I'm gonna go ahead and grab some photos and videos for you guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and cut into the cinematics. All right, so that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for today's video. I just wanted to give a massive shout out again to Suma Performance for sending out their mirrors for me to test out and review for you guys. Like I said, I'm super happy with the way that these look, and honestly, the visibility now with the wide angle mirrors is so much better than the OEM ones. So not only does this mod look great, but it also helps out a bunch with safety and visibility whenever you may be driving the car. So if you're interested in getting these same mirrors for your vehicle, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description down below. That way you can check out their website and get a set. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed, please make sure you give it a like down below. Helps me out so much. Subscribe if you're new. That way you can stay up to date on all the content that I post with my 86, just like this. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.